Hey everyone and welcome. Politics, as you know, is rotten. Rotten to the core. There isn't a single person in politics, in my honest opinion, that has any morals, any conviction, other than financial benefit to them alone.
And I do believe that we have rotten politics, and I'm not using that as an exaggeration.
Now this, I thought, was absolute lunacy. Now this woman is claiming to be what she's not, i.e. black, and at the same time, she's saying to an entire nation, her nation, that Europeans, which is what they are descended from mostly, were not the good guys after all. Have a listen to what she says here, everyone. Now, if you're not seeing her as a race grifter yet, you've got your eyes closed.
It is an honor, of course, to be with you this week as we celebrate Indigenous Peoples Day.
A day? You have a month for BLM, you racismist.
As we speak truth about our nation's history.
Does anyone think she's going to be speaking truth in the next few comments? Anyone? Anyone? Obviously she doesn't, but I'll break it down afterwards.
Since 1934, every October, the United States has recognized the voyage of the European explorers who first landed on the shores of the Americas. But that is not the whole story. That has never been the whole story. Those explorers ushered in a wave of devastation for tribal nations, perpetrating violence, stealing land, and spreading disease. We must not shy away from this shameful past, and we must shed light on it and do everything we can to address the impact of the past on Native communities today.
Isn't it amazing how in sync these sovereign nations leaders are when it comes to stuff like this? We just had reparation rubbish over here, and now we've got her saying reparation rubbish over there as well. None of us did that. None of us alive today did that, and none of them that had it done to them is alive either. So this is dredging up the past to attack, and that's the only reason. Now that's obvious Anglophobia, isn't it? Europeans are the only ones that stole land, obviously. The only ones that created devastation and violence. And the only ones that brought disease. Now obviously that's a load of tosh. And it just shows her hatred of essentially white people. Now if any of the Republicans came out and said this about, I don't know, Africans or Jamaicans or Caribbeans or Arabs or any other set of people, they would instantly be called a racist grifter and probably never work again. Yet she can come out, this is a prospective president by the way, she can come out with absolute bollocks. Now here's some fun facts about the stolen land claim. You ready for this one? The Sioux, you've heard of that tribe, haven't you? Well, they took the land from Cheyenne, Native Americans. Who took it from the Kiowa? Who took it from the Pawnee? Who took it from the Crow? Who took it from the Arikara? Now, not only did they take land off each other, they slaughtered the men of said tribes and enslaved the women and children. So this taking stolen land and we brought violence is a load of rubbish, because they were already slaughtering each other hand over fist well before we ever got there. Yet she's blinkered to that because only European Anglos can do the damage. There's never any self-ownership, is there? So this is a load of bollocks, isn't it? A load of rubbish. Widespread disease is about the only one that you could debate at the least. You'd lose, but you could debate it. Now it makes you think, doesn't it? This is supposed to be the next, possibly the next leader of the free world. So I thought we'd have a look what her opponent is saying, because that's pretty much telling half of her nation that she thinks you are evil, basically, is it not? Seeing as how more than half of America descended from European explorers. Isn't it amazing though as well? If someone comes to America, I don't know, through the southern border, that's a good thing. It's diversity, isn't it? But when white people did it, that's evil. That's evil. Especially Europeans. All we wanted was to free ourselves from our king. We were legitimate refugees, don't you know? You should honour the European refugees. But she won't. So let's have a look what Trump's saying, shall we? This is on another level. It's night and day.
American children first, American patients first, American taxpayers first, American workers first, and American communities first. We will put them first. We love those people. And we will put communists, Marxists, and fascists last. And we'll keep them there too. We're going to put them last and keep them there. We will defend our territory. We will defend our families. We will defend our communities. We will defend our civilization. We will not be conquered. We will not be occupied. We will not be invaded. We will reclaim our sovereignty. We will reclaim our nation. And I will give you back your freedom and your life. We're going to give you back your freedom. Everyone will prosper. Every family will thrive. And every day will be filled with opportunity and hope. But for that to happen, we must defeat Kamala Harris and stop her radical left agenda once and for all. And we want a landslide election, and I believe something's brewing like that. That's too big to rig. Too big to rig.
So there you go, folks. I know which one I'd vote for if I had to choose between the two. And it wouldn't be the race grifter. It wouldn't be that. It'd be the one that's proud of the nation he's stood in. That'd be a start, wouldn't it? Just a little bit of pride in the nation you're stood in. We're as bad over here. We've got politicians that hate us. It's obviously they hate us because they're doing everything for the world and nothing for us. If only we had a Trump-like figure. Stay sane, everyone. I'll see you on the next one.